Hey, how's everybody doing this evening? Awesome. I heard this side of the pack. How's everybody doing this evening? That's more like it. Well, welcome to El Dorado High School, to the Performing Arts Center for our 14th annual Jazz Master Concert. Yes. If you don't know me, my name is Eric Sampson. I'm very honored to be one of the two band directors here. This certainly has been an amazing journey. You can read all about it in the program. That hopefully you can scan the QR code. But tonight is a celebration for a great year and a long history of excellence in jazz education that started well before me. But tonight we can continue that tradition with our bands and with all of you. And we have a fantastic set of music ready for you guys. So you guys ready for this? I see you're ready over here. Well, just a couple things. This is not a wind ensemble concert. It's not an orchestra concert. We love those ensembles, but tonight we need some energy from you. So if you hear something you like, yes, just like that. That's great. If you hear something you like, please clap. If you hear solos, you can clap for them. If you really like what you hear, you go woo. Let me hear that. Oh yeah, whatever. You know, just yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Good. Yeah, so just have a great time tonight. We're very excited. You know, normally we swing here and we play a lot of swing music, but tonight we're going to take a walk on the Latin side with some Latin jazz tonight. But with that, in Latin music, it involves a lot more musicians, some more percussionists. So I'm excited because I'm going to play along on a couple tunes, but I have a great whole paper. Well, you haven't heard it yet, so it's fantastic. But tonight, not only do we have Néstor Torres, we also have an amazing percussionist who I've known for close to 30 years, I believe. I saw him perform at the NAMM show, if you guys don't know what the NAMM show is. It's a big show at the convention in Anaheim, and I remember seeing this guy play, and I thought, you know, I was new and I was trying to meet people, and I stood at the end of the stage and I waved. I was like, sir, and he came over and he shook hands. Oh, I play congas too, not like you, but hopefully one day. And then eventually we became really good friends. We play the same. We're with the same drumstick company, and recently he joined my band that performs locally at this really cool spot called Craftsman Pizza. Have you guys heard of that place? Awesome. Shameless plug. But anyways, we asked him to be here tonight, and he's all about education. He's a fantastic percussionist, a great teacher, an amazing friend, a beautiful human being. Please put your hands together for Eddie Drayton. He'll be on your left if you get us mixed up at any point tonight. So just wanted to let you guys know. But here, put your hands together for El Dorado Jazz 4. And they, under the direction of someone who's become a really great friend of mine. I'm really excited for the work that he's done here at El Dorado, and I'm excited for the future that we have together, not only for our friendship, but also for our future students and the future of this program. Please put your hands together for the amazing Mr. Taylor Smith.
some Trombone Shorty to Placentia. That was Buckjump. We featured Santos Miranda on the trombone. Picante on trumpet. Juan Lopez on the alto sax. Samuel Rodriguez on the trombone. Sounded just like Trombone Shorty. Bryce Chan on the trumpet. Hannah Mills on the trombone. Adam Fernandez on the tenor sax. Woo! Sweating up here. This is a great one. How you guys feeling? Yeah, so before we pick the tunes for this set for you tonight, we put a bunch of music out and we listened to it in class after some of our festival performances, and they kind of went through and like, I like that one, I like this one. So we went and picked our own set this time, and it was really, really fun to do that with them, and they really enjoyed playing that. So that was Trombone Shorty. We haven't done that before, that was pretty cool. So now we're going to feature a couple tenor saxophones on this next piece. This is called Goodbye Pork Pie Hat. Adam Fernandez and Dominic Benitez on the tenor saxophones. Enjoy. more time for Adam and Dominic. Is that pretty cool? You guys feel cool now? Alright, I told them they should have like the shades on, put the hat on, lay back a little bit, you know, have some fun with it. That was cool. Alright, you ready? I'm ready.
Hey, how about another round of applause for this band? All right. Well, how many of you guys been to a Jazz Master concert before? That's awesome. Well, thanks for coming back. Thank you for some of you who have performed in it. It's awesome. We've had a long list of who's who, from Wayne Bergeron to Andy Martin to Poncho Sanchez. It's been so fun for me to be able to contact these musicians to see if they would be able to come perform with us. And it doesn't always work out. Some people either too busy or they're charged way too much. But the guys who you see, the people who you see on that list are all about education and know that the time they spend with us is priceless. It's an investment in the future of music and the future of performers. And that is certainly the case today. You know, every few years I try to bring in a different instrument to showcase. And tonight is the first time we're going to feature the flute for our Jazz Master concert. And some people were skeptical, but I've been listening to Latin jazz flute for a long time and have even dabbled in it myself a little bit. Still a work in progress for sure. But I've been listening to this gentleman for many, many years, and this is part one of the story of how I met him. We went to New Orleans for the Jazz Education Network Conference this past January. Myself, Mr. Smith, Mr. Salaby, and Mr. McGee from YLMS. And I was kind of just in a fog because we just came off of winter break, just had my dad's services, you know, and I was just like, let's just get out of here, let's get on the plane. I didn't even look at the program of any sessions or performers. So Wednesday morning, we flew out on Tuesday, got there Wednesday morning, and I'm looking through the program. Okay, let's see what's on the bill for today. So I see that night, I see a familiar name, a gentleman by the name of Oscar Cartaya, who is a local bass player, plays with J-Lo, Sheila E., a lot of big names. And I said, oh, let me text him, see if he's around. And then I noticed he's playing with Néstor Torres. I'm like, no way, Néstor Torres is here and he's playing tonight. He's like, guys, we gotta go check this out. So we hooked up with Oscar, and he's like, yeah, come by, I'll introduce you. Unfortunately, we didn't get to meet Néstor that night, but we heard him play, and it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. So the next day, you know, we met him, and that'll be part two of the story later. But we met him and we talked, and he was so gracious and open. And you know, you can read all about his accolades in the bio and go to his website. But getting to know him not only through the process of getting him here, but also spending the last couple of days with him and having lunch with him yesterday and just talking music and life in general has been so amazing. He's an amazing flute player, amazing musician. He's a Latin Grammy Award-winning musician, all the way from Miami, Florida. Please welcome the 2026 Jazz Master, Mr. Néstor Torres.
All right, so to conclude our set tonight, before I tell you the title of this piece, because it's a really cool title, it's probably the best title ever. I want to talk about Mr. Néstor because he went to our rehearsals yesterday and in class, and I wanted to make sure that our kids had time to connect and make sure they had questions prepared. And Mr. Néstor was incredibly humble, such a warm, welcoming environment and professional to our students. His smile when we walked in was just like, okay, this guy's really nice. And then he plays, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it's so good, right? And all of our students, including myself, I was just smiling for 45 minutes. Like, it was awesome. The care, the time that he put into making sure that he was connecting with the students, more importantly than just playing the music with us. He wanted to make an impact. And one of the students asked, you know, what was your most musical in memory and moment in his career? And his answer immediately, without thought, was being here right now with you guys. And that was awesome. So, thank you for sharing your love and your heart, not only the music, but all of the above. So, to spice some things up here tonight, all right, right, we're gonna perform a piece entitled La Noche del Burrito Picante. And if you don't know Spanish, that is the night of the spicy burrito. Did anyone have any spicy burritos tonight? No? Not yet, but you will. Okay, we're gonna feature Néstor on this, but also you're gonna hear from Jalea Valencia. I need to mention this. He found out that Jalea was going to be playing a flute solo with him, because I'm like, that's awesome. She's picked up a flute this year and is playing a solo with him. And he was like, you know what? He's got this really cool mic on, you're going to see, that's on his instrument. He had an extra one. He was like, I want to give that to Jalea and make sure she has that. So she's actually playing on his personal flute mic, which is pretty cool. And so they're going to do a little show and tell here for you guys. So enjoy La Noche del Burrito Picante.